Hey people, it's Saturday night here in Sheffield and, well, I'm kind of in the middle of a challenge with Deliveroo. I'm not with Deliveroo, via Deliveroo. I'm not in some sort of beef with Deliveroo. I think I need a bit of a previously on Sheffield Delivers. Even though the thing I'm referring to that happened previously is I didn't record. So, alright, let me try to catch you up. Basically, a few days ago, Deliveroo put out a sort of a challenge. I think it's to try to get people to deliver more over the sort of first weekend of the Easter holidays. And the basic challenge is you can earn a bit more cash if you... If you deliver a sort of over a period of sort of a couple of days, I think until Sunday morning, if you accept and deliver sort of 90% of the orders they give you, then you can earn an extra, I think, £2.50 per order. So I think they'll calculate it later, work out how many orders you've done, and then add £2.50 onto each order. If you do 75%, then I think you get £1.50 per order, and I think if it's 50%, then you get £1 per order. So, like the sort of gullible idiot that I am, I decided I was going to do this. So I accepted the challenge, and then yesterday I did a couple of shifts. I did one at lunchtime, which went quite well. I think I did 5 or 6 orders. And then in the evening, I went out hoping to really sort of, break the back of this challenge. But I had a bit of a nightmare of an evening with various things. Had some problems with rider support and delivery support, where, I had like a phantom order, which, I went to deliver one order and it said I was delivering another order which I didn't have, and then I had to kind of contact rider support, and there was a massive delay, so didn't do half as many orders as I hoped to. And I did another shift this morning. I think in total I reckon I've done maybe like 11 orders. So this is my last chance really this evening to do this and to finish this challenge and to try to get some cash from it, just for now. I think I'm probably going to have to do like 9 Deliveroo orders this evening, I reckon, to do this. And try not to reject hardly any of them. I think I might be able to get the 75% acceptance rate. But I'm not sure. We'll see. Anyway, let's just go. I've got the first order in from pizza place. I'm going to pick this up. This will bring me up to 12, I think. Hello, have you order 486?
It's all of these ones.
Oh my lord. Is that really it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
I think I could get them in my bag, but there we go. Is it really that many? Okay. That's a lot of orders. Let's get these in first and let's see. Oh yeah, that's taking up the whole shebang, isn't it, eh? So yeah, so I'll try to keep some sort of tally on the screen of how many orders I've done and how many I've rejected as well. Because again, I wasn't sure, I'm still a bit vague about how many I've rejected as well. Like the one that I had a problem with rider support about, where I didn't actually accept the order. It just disappeared and then suddenly turned up again. Does that count as a rejected order? Don't know. I definitely rejected one last night because I went to one place where it was going to take like 25 minutes and it just seemed a complete waste. I think, accidentally rejected 2 orders this morning because it popped up and I didn't see them and then they just sort of disappeared. So I think I've rejected like 3 or 4 orders. So I'm definitely, the 90% is definitely out of reach, I think. But the 75% might be doable. We'll see. I mean, I never normally have challenges on my videos. My challenges normally just wander around, talk a bit, deliver some stuff, get tired and go home. That's the challenge for me, is when will I get tired and then have to sneak off home? Now I've got a genuine challenge which I don't have to kind of make up. Whether that makes better YouTube videos, I do not know. Possibly not. But yeah, I'm assuming this challenge is something of a transparently desperate attempt by Deliveroo to get people to accept more orders. I don't know if people just aren't accepting enough orders for them, or they don't have enough drivers sort of coming out and working or something. I don't know. What I would say, Deliveroo, if you're listening, I doubt they are. The problem is not that you're not offering enough challenges to people. That, you know, we don't need to have our job infantilized and gamified. Although I'm doing exactly that. I mean, a few things you could do. Obviously, number one is make the fees higher. Do that, people will accept more orders, I tell you. Straight out the gate. So that's tip number one for Deliveroo. If you want more people to accept orders, make your fees higher. That's it. Tick that off the list. Let's move on to number two. Number two, sort out your app. It's bloody awful. It really is a very poorly designed app. Very poorly designed. And I feel there are some deliberate design decisions made which you could improve, but you're not going to because it kind of suits your purposes. For example, unlike the Uber Eats app, you don't tell us how far the total length of the order is going to be. You don't tell us how far it is to the restaurant. You don't tell us how far it is to the customer. So we know when we're accepting an order whether it's a good order or not. Instead, you just stick two pins on a map and we're supposed to try and work out the distance. You know the distance. It's all on GPS. This is not complex calculations that has to be done. This is very simple. You have all of the information needed, of course. I mean, Uber does it, so I'm sure you could do it. But I think it kind of suits your purpose for people to accept orders when they're not 100% sure how far it is. And then when they get to this kind of, you know, sunk cost fallacy, and people just go, oh, well, I've accepted it now, I'll just do it, even if it's a shitty order. So that would be helpful, Mr. Deliveroo. Secondly, tell us what's in an order before we actually go to the restaurant or supermarket, especially supermarkets. Again, this is something that Uber Eats have managed to do quite successfully. You can look and see, for example, when I go to a supermarket on an Uber Eats order, I can look and see, okay, how many items are there? You know, because if it's like 8 to 10, you know, on a motorbike, yeah, that's manageable. If it's like 30, 40, that's going to be a very, very heavy and difficult load to carry. Again, Deliveroo don't tell you this until you get to the place. Now, again, it's kind of too late at that point. So you've driven all the way to the supermarket, click on it, and then discover, right, there's like 50 items and there's no way I could carry all that. So just do that. Let us see the items before we arrive at the place. That would be fantastic as well. Because you do quite a lot right, Deliveroo. There's a lot of things that, you know, I've got to give you your props for. You know, you give out free kit, your free bag. I don't think the other companies do that, or at least, you know, very cheaply or subsidised. And generally, at least until recently, your fees have generally been better, certainly better than Uber Eats. You know, despite all my glowing praise for Uber Eats, their app is fantastic, but Jesus Christ, some of the fees they offer are shocking and embarrassing. But unfortunately, Deliveroo seems to be going down a similar road. Some of the stuff they've been offering lately has been truly awful. My God, I've been a bit ranty, haven't I? Jesus Christ. There's a part of me that hopes Deliveroo don't watch any of my videos. A while back, I went to some sort of Deliveroo event. They were giving out free sort of gear and merch and stuff here in Sheffield. And I was there and I was chatting to, I think, a union rep. And he said, you know, I think I had the camera on. And he was like, oh, do you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah. And told him the name. And there was someone from Deliveroo behind him who sort of, you know, wrote down the name on his phone or on a piece of paper or something. And I was like, ooh, I hope you haven't watched all of my videos, because I'm not always that polite about you. Let's just check them in the right place. I don't want to take all those pizzas out only then to discover I have to put them back in and go somewhere else. Where's this place? You trying to get in there?
Yeah.
I got an order for here, I think, but I don't know.
I think they'll open it up soon. Is there anyone here?
There's a door here. I don't know if you can...
No, I think they're coming.
They're going to come, okay. Oh, thank God.
Are you delivering pizza?
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually my order.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring those in, yeah?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, make sure I don't drop these damn things. All right, there you go. You sure you got them, or you do want to split that out between you? Okay, we've got another one come through from Deliveroo. So that was a good one to start with. They were lovely people. I was getting a bit annoyed I couldn't find the place, but yeah, lovely, lovely people. All right, I think that brings us up to 12 orders. So this will be number 13, I'm hoping. All right, let's get off to this next one. Ooh. Well, that was a fun start. See what the rest of the evening brings. I'm hoping this is not going to take too long. You know, I've got no sense of how long it's going to take. This could take, you know, an hour. An hour's probably unrealistic. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to do this number of orders. I mean, like I said, I'm only doing Deliveroo. I haven't even turned on Uber Eats, so I don't want that distraction. Just focusing on it, accepting as many of them as I can, not rejecting any. Ultimately, the only barrier to me completing this is my age and my tiredness, which, you know, in terms of drama, is hardly the most exciting thing in the world to watch an old man slowly get, you know, more and more out of puff as the evening progresses. I think it's more likely to elicit sympathy rather than excitement. All right, yeah, I remember this place took forever last time I was there. Well, let's see. Hello. Got an order 7234. 1 minute, please. I can wait 1 minute. Maybe even longer. Hello. Oh, thank you. There we go. Is that everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. All right, let's get off to this. It's a £5 order. Not that long a wait there, actually, so it wasn't too bad. Only a few minutes. But yeah, for some reason that place, they always look really hostile. Last time I was there, it's the same. All right, how am I? Okay, I think I'm going. This old kind of converted factory, warehouse, something like that, looks like. Let me just park here and see where we are. It'd be good if they gave us some clues here. 41 to 42. Is this 31? Oh, there we go. It took me a while to find it. There you go, sir. All right, what's next? Oh, we got 2. This counts as 2 orders, surely. All right, Waitrose, just around the corner from here. Shouldn't take too long. I ain't feeling good about this now. It feels like it's not going to take that long to get all this done. Don't do it, mate. Don't do it. Watch where you're going. Watch. Silly belly. Ay, ay, ay. All right, buddy, have you got 5976?
Just packing it.
Okay, fantastic. Ooh, 3, yeah? Okay, if you put those down, because I need to scan them anyhow, so just pop them down, I'll scan those in. Ooh, look at those little robot-y things going around there. That's pretty cool. You see that? Does that deliver to the customer when they're sat on the chairs? I mean, this may be commonplace in many restaurants now. I just don't get out enough, perhaps. Come on, people, move it along. I've got all day. I've got a challenge to finish. I want to get home. Somewhere. Just park in front of there. Just park here. Oh, you got 4141? Just that one, yeah. Thank you. See, this is why I don't do this job in a car. Could you imagine trying to park in a place like this on a night like this? How crazy it is. I do have a lot of parking anxiety generally. I think if I had to do this job and try to find parking spots on these incredibly busy roads. He is going in there, isn't he, eh? He is going in there. That's actually pretty good parking, mate. That's impressive. Good parking. I wish I could parallel park like that. Jesus Christ! And with like loads of people around him as well. That's grace under pressure. Very impressive. How good are you at parking? Honestly, I'm okay at parallel parking. And in fact, I generally prefer parallel parking to sort of parking in bays. I'm okay parking forwards. I'm awful at reversing into a sort of a car park bay. Really bad at it. I can never judge it correctly. I don't know how people can do it first time. I often have to do it like 4 or 5 times. I sort of do it once and I have to come out again and go back again, trying to line myself up. Not great at all. Yeah, I've been driving for years. I still haven't really mastered this. All right, let's go. Hey, where you going, mate? That shitty driving. If I could find my horn, I would have beeped you, but I can't find my horn because it's hidden behind my phone and I can never locate it. I end up just indicating or turning on the full beam, which isn't ideal. By the way, another little YouTube related thing. Well, not YouTube related really, but I was contacted the other day by someone making a Channel 4 Dispatches documentary. Which I've heard of Dispatches. That's something I've actually seen on TV before. Anyhow, there's some production company. They're making some documentary on the cost of living crisis and looking at how some people have sort of 2 jobs and how they're making ends meet and all of that kind of stuff. And I think they found my YouTube channel and probably watched some of the videos where he talks about working full time and doing this in my part time and stuff like that. And so they wanted to have a chat with me. However, I think when I got to the point, we had a nice chat. But then when I got to the point, I told him that I wasn't actually doing my previous job now, and this is now my main source of income. Their obvious disappointment was visible, and basically we then had to agree that I wasn't going to be right for the Channel 4 documentary, which is a shame. I would have liked to have been on the Channel 4 documentary. I think I would have been good. Though I also do worry a bit that it might try to portray me in a much more depressing and sadder light than is reality. Because in reality, I'm okay, I mean, I'm not starving or anything. I'm coping, I'm managing. I wouldn't say it's easy, but, it's all right. It's like the X Factor, sad backstory to make the performance on stage more meaningful. They want a little bit of misery, a bit of depression. I'm not sure I could give that to them, at least not honestly and authentically. What numbers? 3. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming out. Makes life a lot easier. Your 3rd one. Let me just grab. Do I need a number off you?
It should be 65.
Across the street. This will do. This will do. This will do, donkey. Hello, here you go, my dear. Have you got your code?
60.
60. Thank you so much. Got myself another order almost immediately. It is really busy tonight. I think there's just order after order coming in. I can just do Deliveroo quite easily. It's I think it was a £7-8 order. I can't even remember now. All I noticed is there was 2 deliveries, which is obviously a good thing. So 2 orders. That's what we want. That's going to bring us up to 17 orders, I think. So only 3 more after this. Possibly 4 if I want a safety. All right, yeah, so it's double order. I got to go back to that pizza place where I had that massive order earlier in the evening. And then off to a sort of burger place. No, I got 3407. I don't have a name, just a number. Hello. Oh, hot. Mine's 3407.
That one, like 15 minutes.
You really?
It's behind a big table downstairs.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right, I'm not sure what to do about that. Do I wait the 15 minutes? Do I reject this one? I think I can still reject one. And I still might be on the 75%, I think. No, I'm going to cancel it. I think it's going to take longer than 15. All right, let's get off to it. Let's get off to Slap and Pickle, which is the burger place. I mean, they're very nice in the pizza place, so they're at least being honest with me. But it's pretty chilly. I don't want to just stand outside for 20, 25 minutes waiting for the order. How are you? Yeah, not too bad. You've been waiting long? Ooh. Having another order. Urban Chili, yeah, I'll take that. I will take that. 10 quid? Bloody hell. Huh? So Urban Chula to Hillsborough. That's not too bad. 3 miles, 10 quid. It's not bad.
It's absolutely nice.
Yeah, yeah.
5623.
Yeah, that's mine. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, it's like a couple hundred meters down the road to pick up this next one from this Indian. And then, yeah, that's a good order. 10 quid. It is probably only going 3 miles or so. It's not bad at all. Can't argue with that. Let's go and park down here. Fancy bags. All right, let's get off to this first one. It's only just over a mile, only took me about 4 minutes. It's a nice quick one to drop off, and then the next one's a bit longer, probably maybe 3 or 4 miles, but I'm getting £16, I think, for this whole order, so that can't be sniffed at, can it? That can't be sniffed at. And on top of hopefully getting this other challenge done, and you know, tidy sums, people, not insignificant. I mean, I'm not a consultant at JP Morgan or anything like that, but I'm not earning those kinds of outrageous amounts of money, but hey, take it where you can get it. Can't see any numbers. Oh, I think it's just over there. All right, I'll just stop here. Let me just pull in here. Hi, buddy. 92. Thank you so much. Have a good one. See ya. Okay, this one is going to be a little bit of a hike. It is 5 miles, so it might be a bit less than that, but it's okay. I can live with 5 miles of this. 19 quid at the end. Yeah, let's get up here. All right, let's get off to this. It'll take about 15 minutes. I think this brings us up to 19 orders. There's only one more to go after this. So I just need to get one more and then make sure I don't accept any more after that and then go from there. The only issue might be the order that I had last night, where I had an issue with rider support, where it was like a ghost order. But it still seemed to think that I had the order in my bag, but I didn't. But it directed me to the place where the customer was, and I couldn't deliver it because it wasn't in my bag, because it just disappeared from the app. And I phoned up rider support, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know." Well, that's another thing Deliveroo can probably improve is their rider support. Because what they do, of course, as most companies do these days, is they you get a choice. I think you can phone up, or you can use the chat. Now, if you phone up, they say, "Oh, it's going to take like 6 hours or something ridiculous." Obviously, they are not expecting you to take up that option. They don't want you to use that option. They want you to use the chat option. because of course you then get connected to an AI agent who attempts to deal with your problem. The AI agent, of course, doesn't understand anything you're talking about, and immediately, you know, after about 5 minutes of trying to explain what the problem is, the AI agent gives up and just hands it back to a real person. And then you have to wait another 5 minutes for them to read through the chat and work out what the hell is going on. And then another 5 minutes for you to explain the whole thing again, and then eventually something happens. And that's pretty much what happened yesterday. I mean, I know we're going down the road of you know, AI help and support, but ultimately I can't believe it's that effective if you immediately, it can't seem to understand anything that most people say. So I suppose unless you word it in a very specific way, which is, you know, using all the correct terminology and buzzwords they need to know to be able to work out what the hell you're talking about, probably they're just like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then of course if you leave, I had to like leave the screen to go and have a look at the information on the order. And then, of course, it just goes, you know, you've been disconnected now. And then you have to then connect to another support person. Or, of course, first you get the AI, go through the same hoops again. Then you get another support person. And then they go, oh, excuse me, I've got to read through all your previous messages. And then they have to spend 10 minutes reading through all the previous messages. So, yeah, it's a laboured and unnecessarily prolonged process, which if you just put real people on, it wouldn't be. So yeah, so despite the fact that I'm doing a Deliveroo challenge tonight, this has been the least obviously a promotion for Deliveroo you can imagine. I've been absolutely slating them. All right there, buddy.
Hey, mate. 34.
There you go, 34. Thanks for the tip, much appreciated. Have a great evening.
No problem. You have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Come on, Deliveroo. You've been pinging off all evening. Now we got to the last bloody order. You're not giving me anything. Is this deliberate? Do they know I'm on the 20th order and they're holding back? I can't believe they would be that malicious, malevolent. Would they? No. Come on, come on. Give me something. Give me something. You haven't stopped pinging me all evening, and now? Now you decide not to? Come on, people, there's like 1,000 restaurants around here. There's got to be one Deliveroo order, surely. Come on, give me something. I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but the fact that there has not literally been one moment this evening where Deliveroo couldn't offer me an order. As soon as I get to the 20, the orders dry up? Coincidence? I think not. Hang around McDonalds for a bit. It's not something I thought I'd say when I was 54 years old. There you go. A lot of firsts in the last few years. Oh, we got something. That's not too far. How far is that going there? That's going up to that's not. Okay, we're doing it. This is the final one. And make this my last order. Yeah. Give me no more. Give me no more. Alright, so we've got our final one. This is bringing me up to the 20. It's not going too far either. Thank God. I was hoping I was, you know, I suppose the big thing with the last order was a massively long order, taking me out way into the countryside or to another city or something like that. That would be a massive pain, but it's not. It's a relatively quick one. It's like a £3 order. The restaurant's not far from here. Just 1.5 miles, and then it's probably another couple of miles to the customer. So it's not a particularly well-paying order, but obviously it doesn't matter. Just need to get it done. And I can go home and have a beer. And even if I don't get the money, I'm kind of, you know, proud that I did this. It was a bit of fun, and I know I do rail against these companies for their ridiculous use of sort of gaming techniques and gambling psychology tricks to try to force us to accept shittier fees and work harder for them for lower fees and wages. But I also quite enjoy doing this. Don't tell them that though. Keep that between us. Because I don't want to really give them any ideas about persisting with this. Alright, buddy, you've got 472. Alright, mate. How's it going? Busy? That's okay. Huh? Yeah. 471, yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Cheers. Alright, let's get off to this. Numbers we're looking at here. It's so difficult to see at times. This one. Look at the numbers. Oi. Hello.
39.
39. There you go, my dear. Thank you. All right, people. We've done it. I know there's no real way of definitely confirming that right now, although it will come up on the screen very shortly whether I did or not. I do need to kind of somehow physically show that, you know, this has been achieved. I'm going to do like a fist bump. Yeah, I did it. I'm happy I did it. I won't do it again if they offer it. It was a bit stressful. I mean, it achieved ultimately what they wanted to achieve, which is to force people to accept more of their orders, and I did that. So well done, Deliveroo. Your cheap psychological techniques you use to get us to work harder for you. Absolutely worked. I like for once that I did actually have a real challenge to do in my delivery shift rather than trying to make up a challenge and then sort of abandoning it halfway, which I've done on multiple times where I'm like, I'm going to try and earn £100 in 3 hours, and then I can't be bothered. So yeah, fantastic to have you along, and wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, whatever time it is, whatever day, month, year, hope you have a damn fine one. Hope to see you soon in one of these other videos. See ya.